Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. What if I told you, the woman you can't stop thinking about, the one who feels just out of reach, is actually fighting feelings she's too afraid to show you? Not because she doesn't care, but because she cares more than she wants you to know. And the most dangerous part? You might be misreading her silence as indifference. Before we go any deeper, make sure you subscribe and like this video, because what you're about to hear might completely change how you see her and yourself. Listen carefully. When a woman hides her feelings, it's not random, it's psychological, calculated, and often rooted in fear, past pain, or the need to protect her emotional power. She won't tell you directly, she won't confess, she won't make it easy for you. Instead, she'll show you in ways that are subtle, confusing, even frustrating. And most men? They miss it completely. They chase harder when they should pause. They pull away when they should lean in. They assume rejection when it's actually emotional defense. You see, women are taught from a young age not to be too available, not to look too interested, not to risk being hurt first. So when she starts to feel something real, something that could actually matter, her instinct isn't always to move closer. Sometimes it's to step back. Not because she wants distance, but because she's trying to understand what she's feeling without losing control. And this is where you come in. Because how you interpret her behavior in this phase determines everything. If you mistake her hesitation for disinterest, you'll walk away from something that was quietly growing. If you become needy or impatient, you'll confirm her fear that opening up to you is unsafe. But if you understand what's really happening beneath the surface, you gain something most men never do: clarity, power, and emotional intelligence. Because a woman hiding her feelings isn't cold, she's conflicted. She's watching you more closely than ever. She's analyzing how you respond, how you lead, how you handle uncertainty. This is the moment where attraction either deepens or disappears. And the truth is, she's not testing you the way you think. She's protecting herself, while quietly hoping you'll understand her without forcing her to say it out loud. And once you start recognizing these hidden signals, you'll never look at her silence the same way again. She starts acting inconsistent. One day she's warm, engaged, almost like she's letting you in. She laughs easily, responds quickly, gives you her full attention. And just when you begin to feel that connection solidifying, she pulls back. Her replies slow down, her tone changes, she becomes distant, harder to read. And you sit there thinking, what did I do wrong? But here's the truth most men never realize. This inconsistency isn't confusion about you, it's conflict within her. When a woman is hiding her feelings, her emotions move faster than her comfort level. She feels the pull toward you, but at the same time, something inside her tells her to slow down, to regain control, to not get too invested too quickly. So she creates distance, not to push you away permanently, but to regulate what she's feeling. This is where men usually make their biggest mistake. They react to her distance emotionally. They double text, they over-explain, they try to fix something that isn't broken. And in doing that, they break the very dynamic that was building attraction. Because when she pulls back and you chase harder, it removes the mystery, the balance, the emotional tension that keeps her intrigued. But a man who understands this, he doesn't panic. He doesn't assume rejection. He observes. He stays grounded in his own energy, allowing her space without withdrawing his presence completely. And that is rare. Because her inconsistency is actually revealing something powerful. She's emotionally affected by you. If she felt nothing, she would be consistent in her absence. She wouldn't fluctuate, she would simply fade out. But when she moves closer, then pulls away, then comes back again, it's because part of her wants to explore this connection, while another part is afraid of where it might lead. You have to understand, attraction isn't always smooth. Sometimes it's messy, unpredictable, even contradictory. And when a woman is trying to hide how much she feels, her behavior becomes a reflection of that internal push and pull. She's testing herself, not just you. Can she trust this feeling? Can she trust you? Can she allow herself to go deeper without losing control or getting hurt? And every time she pulls away, she's watching what you do next. Do you become reactive, insecure, needy, or do you remain steady, composed, unaffected by temporary distance? Because in that moment, she's not just evaluating the connection, she's evaluating your emotional strength, and whether you're the kind of man who can handle a woman who doesn't reveal everything all at once. She avoids direct emotional conversations, but never fully leaves your orbit. Pay attention to this carefully. When a woman is hiding her feelings, she will subtly redirect anything that feels too real, too vulnerable, too close to exposing what's going on inside her. You might try to deepen the conversation, ask her what she feels, where she sees things going, or even hint at your own emotions. And suddenly, she changes the subject. She laughs it off. She gives you a vague answer, something safe, something that keeps her protected. But here's what makes it confusing. She doesn't disappear. She still texts you. She still shows up. She still finds reasons to stay connected to you, even while avoiding the one thing that would make everything clear, her feelings. This is not indifference. This is controlled vulnerability. She wants access to you, your presence, your attention, your energy, but she's not ready to fully expose herself emotionally. And most men misinterpret this as her playing games. But it's deeper than that. This is a defense mechanism, because once emotions are spoken out loud, they become real. And once they become real, they come with risk, rejection, loss of control, getting hurt. So instead, she keeps things in a grey area, not because she enjoys confusion, but because clarity requires courage she hasn't fully gathered yet. And here's where it gets even more important. She's watching how you handle that grey area. Do you pressure her for answers? Do you demand clarity before she's ready to give it? Or do you allow space, while still maintaining your own boundaries and self-respect? Because a man who forces emotional disclosure too early feels unsafe to her. He feels like someone who doesn't understand emotional timing, someone who might overwhelm her when things get deeper. But a man who stays calm, who doesn't chase clarity out of insecurity, who allows the connection to unfold naturally, he becomes someone she can slowly trust, someone she can eventually open up to without feeling pushed. You have to realize, when she avoids emotional conversations but keeps you close, she's not rejecting you, she's pacing herself. And there's a difference between a woman who has no feelings and a woman who has feelings she's not ready to admit yet. One walks away, the other stays, just not fully revealed. And if you're patient enough to recognize that difference, you position yourself as the man she feels safest opening up to when she finally decides to stop hiding. She becomes unusually observant of you in ways that don't always make sense at first. When a woman is hiding her feelings, she stops expressing and starts studying. She notices how long you take to reply. She pays attention to your tone, your energy, even the smallest shifts in your behavior. She remembers details you casually mentioned weeks ago, things even you forgot you said. But she won't always react openly. Instead, she collects information quietly, building a picture of who you really are when you're not trying to impress her. This is where many men get it wrong again. They assume that because she's not openly emotional, she's not invested. But in reality, her investment has simply moved from expression to observation. Because before she allows herself to feel deeply, she needs to feel safe. And safety for her doesn't come from words. It comes from patterns, consistency, how you behave when things are uncertain, when she pulls back, when she doesn't give you clear validation. She's asking herself questions she'll never say out loud. Is he stable or reactive? Is he confident or easily shaken? Does he respect himself, or does he lose himself trying to win me over? And every small action you take answers those questions for her. This is why she might suddenly bring up something you said days ago, or react subtly to something you didn't think mattered. She's connecting dots, testing the alignment between who you say you are and who you actually are over time. Because when a woman is hiding her feelings, She's not looking for intensity, she's looking for certainty. Not the kind you speak, but the kind you demonstrate. And here's the part most men overlook. Her silence during this phase is not emptiness, it's evaluation. She's not disengaged, she's deciding whether you're someone she can trust with the version of herself she's keeping hidden. Because once she opens that door, she doesn't want to regret it. So she watches longer, she listens deeper, and she gives less away, while taking in everything. And if you're inconsistent, if your actions don't match your words, if you become unpredictable under pressure, she won't confront you. She'll simply lose interest, quietly. But if you remain steady, grounded, aligned, something shifts. Her guard starts to lower, not all at once, but in small, almost invisible ways. Because the more consistent you are, the less she feels thee. She tests boundaries, but not in the way you think. When a woman hides her feelings, she doesn't challenge you to push you away. She challenges you to see if you're reliable, steady, and strong enough to handle her truth when it finally comes out. You might notice small tests, a subtle teasing remark, a question that feels slightly confrontational, a scenario where she gauges your reaction without saying it outright. Most men respond emotionally. They defend themselves, they argue, they prove something. But this is exactly what she's not looking for. She wants to know if you can remain composed, confident, unshakable, even when the stakes are emotional and unclear. She's checking if your value is intrinsic or conditional. Because if your value depends on her validation, your reaction will give her the answer. You're someone who can't handle complexity, and when she senses stability, patience, and quiet strength, she relaxes, just a fraction, allowing herself to feel without fear of chaos. Another key thing, she will create small scenarios to see your empathy and attentiveness. For example, she might drop hints about a bad day, not to complain, but to observe if you truly listen. Or she might talk about other men in passing, not because she's interested in them, but because she wants to see your confidence and security under subtle pressure. These are not games. They are subconscious ways she protects herself, while secretly revealing pieces of her heart. And here's the truth most men miss. A woman hiding her feelings is incredibly vulnerable, even if she doesn't show it. Every test, every tease, every guarded moment is her way of inviting you to rise to a level of emotional maturity most men never reach. She's giving you an opportunity to demonstrate patience, to demonstrate self-control, to demonstrate the ability to handle the delicate balance between closeness and space. If you fail, she retreats further, quietly, without confrontation. If you succeed, she starts to lower the walls she spent so long building. And once those walls come down, the bond deepens faster than you ever imagined possible. Because you've proven yourself worthy, not through words, not through empty reassurances, but through consistent action, calm strength, and understanding her hidden fears before she ever voices them. This is how attraction turns into connection, and connection, when handled correctly, becomes unshakable. So recognize these subtle boundary tests. Don't react impulsively, rise above, and let her know, without saying it outright, that you are a man who can hold space for her hidden feelings without being consumed by them. She communicates through action, more than words. When a woman hides her feelings, you'll notice little things that contradict her silence. Small gestures that speak volumes if you pay attention. A touch that lingers a second too long. A look that holds just a beat longer than casual. The way she finds excuses to be near you, even when she's busy. These moments aren't random. They're signals, whispers of what she can't yet say. And here's the thing, most men miss them entirely. They focus on what's missing, her direct confession, her immediate vulnerability, instead of noticing what's quietly present. But the truth is, the strongest connections aren't always built on declarations. They're built on observation, understanding, and subtle reciprocity. When she does something small but meaningful, it's her way of testing your attention, your awareness, your ability to read between the lines. If you respond only to words, you miss her entirely. But if you see her signals, If you understand the language of her actions, you gain insight into her heart before she ever gives it willingly. Another pattern you'll notice is protective behavior. She'll sometimes act like she doesn't care, or she'll brush things off. But deep down, she's managing emotions that terrify her. She's protecting herself from being hurt, while also trying not to push you away. And if you react with patience, understanding, and consistency, she begins to let down her guard. Slowly, carefully, in ways that feel natural, not forced. Because a woman hiding her feelings is not rejecting love. She's cautiously permitting it. Every lingering glance, every small favor, every moment she chooses to stay present, it's her way of saying, I'm interested, I'm invested, I'm curious, but I need to see your steadiness before I reveal all of me. And here's the final truth. The most powerful men don't chase confessions, they read the signs. They honor the space. They respond with composure. They become the safe harbor she's secretly seeking. And when she finally allows herself to be fully seen, it's not just attraction anymore. It's trust. It's emotional intimacy. It's the kind of connection most men never experience, because most men react too quickly, too loudly, too insecurely. But you've learned to see the signals she's hiding in plain sight. You've learned the secret language of her actions. And in that understanding, you hold the key to a bond that runs deeper than words, deeper than fear, and deeper than hesitation. That's the power of recognizing a woman who hides her feelings and responding the way few men ever can.